team that is still very much alive to be the champion of the AFC East. And when you look at the remaining schedule with Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins, and you look at how the Bills played yesterday, good Lord. That, if you're the Cowboys, week 5, it's been 10 weeks now.
Yep.
42-10.
Yep.
Plastered, destroyed,
right.
Ripped apart by the 49ers. And they did a great job of putting it in the rearview mirror. The 49ers hitting a rough spot didn't hurt because the very next weekend they lost to the Browns, and they lost to the Vikings, and they lost to the Bengals, and the Cowboys are thinking, okay, and then they get a chance to catch the Eagles, and they finally catch the Eagles, and everything is right again. And then they go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And they get
in the game of the week, and we're talking about it second.
Absolutely dismantled and embarrassed. It was embarrassing for the Dallas Cowboys yesterday, 31-10, and the offense of the Cowboys didn't do jack diddly squat.
No, they didn't.
The offense of the Buffalo Bills, hey, we've been saying for how many years now? Somebody other than Josh Allen has to get it done.
We checked the rule book.
Here
Somebody
comes James
else
Cook.
Can help the freaking team.
Here
other
comes
than Josh Allen.
Dalvin's little brother James. Let Cook cook. He was incredible, 221 yards from scrimmage, the most by any Bills player since Fred Jackson had 227 in 2009. 266 rushing yards, the most the Bills have had since 2016.
Incredible.
Exactly what they needed.
Yes. Like you said, I mean, that's the theme here. I mean, I honestly think, and you know me, I'm a history, watch all this stuff all the time. I think this is the first time in the McDermott, Josh Allen era where I go, the Bills won a game, and it wasn't because of Josh Allen. Like somebody else did something, right? Those wins are few and far between. That's the problem why, I didn't pick them to go to the playoffs this year, and why, I have concerns about them. It's too hard to ride one guy the way they do over and over. That was unbelievable yesterday. It's rare to make that kind of transition halfway through the year to start going, we're going to start being tougher, and we're going to infuse the running back more in our game plan. And that's what Joe Brady's done, right? Since he's taken over, he at one point worked for Sean Payton, and he was like, when I was with Sean Payton, he used to throw the ball to Alvin Kamara a lot and the backs a lot. Why don't we do that? And that's where James Cook's production's gone to another level, let alone it looks like they made an organizational decision effort to go, we're not going to drop back and throw it every play. Let's start running the ball a little bit. Let's help our defense with that. Let's make our team better. Let's help Josh Allen. Let's help everybody control the clock. Let our offensive line fire off the ball and be physical instead of always pass blocking. And I've never seen the Bills do that yesterday. And to your point, you're right. That was a butt whooping. I mean, it was like, I know we were all, like early in the game, we were all like, man, it just seems like Buffalo's the aggressor and flying around. And Dallas was kind of feeling things out. And I kept going, oh, Dallas will match their intensity here soon. Oh, it's 14-0. Oh, it's 21-3. I guess it's not going to happen. And it just kept the steamrolling, kept going.
And there was a physicality from the Bills' defense that was at times stunning, at times concerning. There was one hit on Dak Prescott that looked like it was deliberate and intentional.
Right.
And it just makes you think about some of the locker room night before speeches of years gone by that were over-the-top cartoonish. Like, what did they tell these guys to get them so cranked up to go out there and make it look like there was headhunting going on?
Yeah.
Because there was one hit on Dak Prescott that got flagged.
Sure, right.
There was an early one, the Taylor Rapp dive over the top, and that 15-yarder was negated because there was a push. At first, I thought it was a flop until you see Zach Martin come over. It's like, no, he hits anybody like that. He
ran through him.
He's
right.
down.
Yeah, right.
But there was a later one, and I can't remember who it was from the Bills who did it.
Yeah.
But it had that element of,
right.
I'm going to give him a helmet-to-helmet shot.
Might have been Dodson. I can't remember either, but you're right. They definitely played crazy.
Yeah.
They definitely look like they had a mantra all week of, we're not going to let Dallas come in here and think they're going to be the big bad renegades and just like out-physical us. And I think, again, that's Dallas. That's who they are a little bit. We know that. And then, you hear the Dallas fans in the stadium, and the Cowboys have a cockiness about them. I'm sure all of that rubbed Buffalo the wrong way leading up to this football game. And, they met the challenge in a big way. I mean, they beat the crap out of the Dallas Cowboys on both sides of the ball. You said, I think as equally as I was shocked with James Cook and what he's doing. And again, doesn't he seem just so much more decisive and aggressive running the football. Like, he's hit another gear. There's no doubt in his game anymore. When he runs the ball, he's like, I see it, I'm going, I'm going to put my head down, and I'm going to fly through that hole. Where I feel like he used to be like, there's a little bit of a hole, but is there another hole I can get through to maybe make a bigger play? Now it's like, it's like somebody told him, like, stop the dancing crap. You see the hole, run through it 100 miles per hour, and then we'll worry about the next play. Let's go from there. And that's refreshing and good for James Cook. I mean, he's looking like his brother did in his prime yesterday. But you said the defense, Dallas's offense, as hot as they were, right? That was shocking. And then to be, how many plays did we see Dak looking downfield, nobody open? Or Dak didn't have much time to look downfield. Oh, my gosh, things are collapsing in a hurry. I think McDermott had a good feel for Mike McCarthy's offense. You've heard me say Dallas's offense is not crazy creative. They're just aggressive, and that's enough to kind of make it work with their players and the way he plays there. But I feel like when I go back and watch the film of this one, I'm gonna see McDermott go, hey, Sims, like you said, it's not overly complicated. I kind of knew what they were going to do. They got good players, and we just had to go out and do it.
It gets back to what you said, 2022, week 1, when Dak has the thumb injury and he misses multiple games and Cooper Rush comes in, and McCarthy's point was we need to work harder on offense.
Yeah.
You said, well, why don't you do that all the time?
Yeah.
You just assume that we have Dak. We don't have to do creative
things.
Just
keep
we don't have to.
Dak, and he'll make big throws, and we'll protect him and do that. And you're right. They could use a little sizzle in the attack.
I'm looking at Josh Allen's stat line.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
7 for 15, 94 yards, 1 touchdown.
Never
if you would show me that, I'd say that's a pretty good first quarter. That's what I would have thought. Like, all right, he's going to have 400 yards today. He's going to throw 50 passes.
Right.
But that's the whole game. Let's hear a little bit from Josh Allen after the game last night on the outcome to which he didn't contribute that much to.
I don't think I threw the ball that many times, which, again, I don't just get it done. Let's just find a way to win. And, felt like the kid that didn't do anything in the class project but got an A. But, again, I'll do this 10 times out of 10 times, man. Just keep going.
You absolutely have been that guy. You absolutely have been that guy.
Have. Damn.
You've
Every
been
class
the guy
project I ever was on, I was that guy.
You've been the guy that if the group was bigger than 2, they've eventually told you, just go ahead and go home, and we'll take care of it. Because you're getting in the way, because you're here talking, and you're, hey, everybody, clunking heads together. And it's like, just go home.
I certainly wasn't doing
it.
The dirty work. I could have brought the group together and be like, okay, wait, what are we going to do here? You guys got this figured out? Tell me when you need me again. All right? But, I've definitely been that guy. And, he's genuine there. He doesn't care. He first off, he knows he's the man. He gets beaten by the media all the time. He just wants to win a Super Bowl, go deep into the playoffs. That's all he cares about. I know that's genuine there, and that was shocking. I think you and I laughed at one point, right? Because we were like, if you told me he threw for 70 yards through 3 quarters, Dallas is up 31-3, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just was
That's
shocking.
What you were saying in the makeup room. Like, 77 yards, like, they're getting destroyed. They can't do anything.
Right.
But they were doing everything but throw the ball for the first time. Like you said, we've been begging for this for years, and it's finally happened. Maybe Joe Brady is going to be good enough to become the next head coach who graduates out of that position, and then they find another Ken Dorsey. That's the problem. But, I want to say one thing about the motivation the Bills have kind of tripped into.
Yeah.
It happened organically.
Right.
You take it wherever you can get it. They
Were
spend so much
part
time.
of it? Were you part of the motivation,
not me.
Mr. Jenga
not
Tower guy?
Not me. That 20,000-word story from Tyler Dunn of GoLongTD.com that brought up the comments that McDermott made 4 years ago and really went after him hard. I'm not saying it was inaccurate, but went after him hard, struck to the heart.
Right.
And the players reacted in a way, circling the wagon. Nobody circles the wagons. The Buffalo Bills. They've circled the wagons. They've come together.
Yep.
It was and like I said, you take those wherever they come from. That feeling is so rare and fleeting that when you can grab it and make the most out of it, you do it. And I think that's had a lot to do with these last 2 wins by the Bills. They have really come together, and they sense that they can do something special. They bottomed out. Like, it was over. It was done. We were both right. 3rd place in the division, no playoffs. And now one false move by the Dolphins, and the Bills are going to win the division. Do we have the remaining schedule? When you look at the Bills' remaining schedule,
Chargers and Patriots next.
Chargers, Patriots, and the Dolphins have Cowboys, Ravens. So Dolphins lose one.
Right.
Cowboys or Ravens.
Right.
And the Bills win the next two. Week 18 at Miami. Bills Dolphins is for the division championship.
Yeah.
And right now, I mean, it was 48-20 the last time they played.
Right.
I know that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But the Bills are rounding back into that team that is capable of winning 48-20 against the Dolphins.
They definitely got something going. We got to give Sean McDermott credit. The team, what he's built there. The fact that he owned up to his mistake and the team rallied around him. And I think a lot of that is some of the character they got in the building there. Guys like Josh Allen, who's a great leader, right? Got some offensive linemen who are that way. Ed Oliver being a team guy on the defensive side of the ball, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. The fact that they were able to kind of, weather that storm and rally the troops. I mean, it's incredible. And they've been really impressive on the football field, including that Eagles loss. You look at the Eagles loss, right? There was the Denver game, which 12 people on the field and the field goal and all of that. They've had some little heartbreak and some things go against them.
Well, that was the one that got Dorsey fired.
That was
even though he had nothing to do with that play.
Right.
But that contributed to the turnaround. They had the Broncos loss. They had the big win over the Jets. That near miss at Philly,
toe-to-toe with the Eagles.
And then out of the bye week, they go to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they completely dismantle one of the hottest teams in football in the Dallas Cowboys. And along the way, avenge a couple of the Super Bowl losses, even though it's been 30 years. I'm sure any time Bills fans see that silver helmet with the star, they start to get a little nauseous. So it's got to feel good to take down the Cowboys. And now here they are.
They're playing the best in the AFC right now, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? They're the 9 seed right now. And we look at it I think they'd match up and beat anybody in the
Ravens,
AFC right now.
Chiefs, Bengals, whoever.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the Bills. Dolphins, I don't want to see the Bills coming to town. We could have another one of those back-to-back.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Last game of the year, wild card game matchup, right?
But I think right now, if I had to guess, I'd say that Week 18 is coming down to Bills-Dolphins. I'm not ready to say the Bills win that game.
Yeah.
But the Bills are going to have their chance to win that division Week 18 the way this is shaping up.
I wouldn't be shocked, right? And that's probably, we'll get into that in a little bit here, but probably part of the reason why the Dolphins held out Tyreek Hill yesterday, realizing they need him for these last 3 games. They're going to be crucial, as far as their seeding, winning the AFC East, and where all that goes.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.